Start to look at our hip escapes here. Okay, so Dom's going to go on the hip escape. So he's here and he's got feet crossed again. Okay. Again, I'm going to need to set myself up so I feel like he's on my hips. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to imagine that when I do a hip escape here, okay, this isn't like when he put his leg out before. When he puts his leg out voluntarily, okay, that gives me space, and this is like I can connect my knee to my elbow and I can start to hip escape, and it's a very simple side control, guard, basic hip escape, which everyone will be able to do. Okay, now we get to here, okay, I've already got a problem, okay, so I've left my hands out, that was a bad idea, okay, so I'm going to, no, you don't have to let me get them back, so we get to here, and again, advanced wriggling, get myself into here. What I'm going to look for when I hip escape from mount, okay, is I'm going to do what we call like a power shrimp, okay, and that is, I make sure that I'm going to basically take the power from like this foot down here, and I want to connect it through everything, and I should feel it go pretty much up my body entirely, to my shoulder, okay, so through my hips to my shoulder, and then it wants to come back down into Dom's hips, okay, so through my hands into Dom's hips, or wherever my connection is. It might be my elbow. But what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and put all of my power and all of his power into this one leg, okay. If I try and hip escape here, which is what most people do, and I push him, and then I try and move my hips, don't go anywhere, okay, and this is really tight, okay, he's not really resisting very hard yet, okay. But let's say like just resist a bit more, okay? But let's say that like I do what I just said. I'm going to go here and I start to put all my power down into that side over there. Once it's all on that side over there, my hips can come out, okay? And this is very important. When I'm here, if I push and then I try and move my hips, so I'm moving my hips independently here, his weight is still focused across both sides of my hips, and it's very hard for me to be able to move through that. And it's likely that the friction we talked about on the floor is going to stop that because he's controlling it, and I can't reduce that friction, I can't get my leg out. If I can instead, with my power shrimp, my first motion is to put all of our weight over onto that side, it makes it much easier for this. Now, I might do my power shrimp, feel that I've got him down there, but my foot slipped a bit, okay? In which case, bring your foot back up and then start to do your hip escape, okay? So, we get to here, okay, with my foot on the floor, okay, I feel that his weight is here and here, okay, so if I try and hip escape or move my hips now, they're really stuck, so I'll get my hands into the right place. Now, this one motion, see, I'm going to go through here, like my hips turn, but don't turn your hips and leave your shoulders on the floor. Make sure your shoulders follow and you push all his weight into that leg. Now I make another step with that foot, want to keep him down there, and I move my hips away now. And that's how I get my hip escape from mount. Does that make sense, Will? Okay, let's go 2 for 2.